Welcome to the B2T show, where we empower Christian patriots with truth. This is Rick, your host.
By looking at the writing on the wall. As Q likes to say, think multiple meanings. George Floyd, I can't breathe, say his name. What is the truth behind the George Floyd event? Numbers do not lie. So the gematria for George Floyd, it's very interesting. The English gematria is a king is born, ancient ones, child rapist, death squads, divine light, earth is flat, free thinker, happy thinking, I think I'm God, Nikola Tesla, Paris attack, predestined, snake people, so help me God, Star of David, the Nephilim, voodoo magic, VP Mike Pence, man of Yahweh, wall builder, and Manly Pete Hall.
Oops, trying to get that off the screen, sorry. All right.
And then for George Floyd, the English gematria is really interesting. It's adrenochrome, all-seeing eye, the red dragon, the witcher, Triad of Judah, Call of Duty, Cradle of Filth, divine light, face of the lion, God the word, God gematria, gold standard, Hebrew calendar, impossible, liars in hell, love wins, Milky Way, so it began, Star of David, and Star Wars.
Wow, good and bad in there mixed, Gene.
Yeah, pretty interesting. And the Jewish gematria for George Floyd is a cloned army. I found that one pretty interesting. Crimes against children. And, we'll see why we're putting gematria in this as we go. It'll tie into a lot of what's here. Experiment, four-dimensional, happy ending, hypnagogic, which is essentially the trance state you start to go before sleep or when somebody hypnotizes you. I am the prodigal son. It's almost time. Metatron tablet, reptilian bloodlines. This is Osiris. Gematria for I can't breathe. In the Jewish gematria is Michael the Archangel, Minneapolis, God the Son. Decision time, dualism, plastic man, unite, abominable acts, time cube, the Lord, Lord of light, sorry, solar disk, false gospel, Nefertiti, hate nation. Thought that one was pretty interesting. Blood diamonds and I am satisfied.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Mm-hmm. And the English gematria for is I can't believe is divine plan, Metatron, cloaked object. And, it's interesting to see the crossovers between them where you have some of the same things in different gematria for, like George Floyd and things. It's Zodiac, Pokemon Go, Heil Hitler.
Yeah, wow.
This is the same guy. You got the different police officers, but watch Lane as we go through. You're going to see, look at him when he's on the street, look at the different things as we go through this Decode.
And obviously, people will have this information all in. You can watch this for the time segments that you're suggesting are 3:52 to 14:20. So I don't know if there's any.
You're way past that.
Yeah. 14:20. Okay, I'm sorry. So I was going way too fast for 3:20. So let me kind of go back here to the 3:52 mark. So we're about right there. And let me go through this a lot slower.
The thing I want people to notice is he's bald here.
Yeah. And this was to 14:20, so I'm kind of going every 20 seconds or so. I'm trying to, Gene.
Yeah. All the burning and the anarchy and the pyromania that went on because of this event.
Yeah, this was the key event, and I think people have seen a lot of these videos really analyzing, like the 666 and the trash can was real interesting that we saw earlier.
Yeah. So I recommend everybody. It was so detailed I actually got lost. Mm-hmm. But it does tie to Weathermen, which she did. iPod did an incredible multi-part series on the Weathermen, which is pivotal in understanding. If you haven't watched that, for people that haven't, I recommend they watch that series that iPod did, because it's tying into everything. It tied into Jesse Smollett. It's tying into the Clinton Foundation. It's tying into George Floyd, and I'm sure we're going to continue to see tie-ins going up forward. Unquote.
Yeah, I think they're.
So this is George's partner before, Ross, former partner, Roxy Washington, and their his 6-year-old daughter, Gianna, that he had with Roxy. Washington wanted the world to know that George Floyd, Washington said, quote, wanted the world to know that George Floyd, that they knew, the man who spoiled his daughter and moved here to Minnesota so he could better provide for his daughter, unquote. Floyd's daughter is, quote, proof he was a good man, unquote, Washington told reporters. She also said he loved his little girl. And so looking through all this, there's a lot of things that make you go, The date of an hour of his death is listed as 5:25 on the 25th of May this year at 9:25 p.m. The date of the autopsy is 9:25 a.m. Exactly 12 hours later. So here's the certificate on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a strange coincidence. A lot of strange coincidences in this. On Monday, June 1st, attorneys for Floyd's family released the results of an independent autopsy report by Michael Baden, indicating that Floyd was dead before they put him on the stretcher. Baden determined death was caused by asphyxia due to neck and back compression that led to a lack of blood flow to the brain. Both autopsies revealed that he was positive for SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Both reports also indicated Floyd had 4 times the lethal level of fentanyl in his blood, which fentanyl is 50 times more powerful than heroin. He also tested positive for methamphetamines, speed, and marijuana. It's like, that's a lot of drugs all at once. On the death of music producer Phil Spector, alleged victim, he sought to provide an alternate explanation for blood on the victim's jacket. When asked by a prosecutor if he had any conflicts of interest, Baden replied, quote, none that I can think of, unquote. It was later revealed that his wife was one of Spector's main attorneys.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Not very honest person.
No. Then in 2013, he did a autopsy on New England Patriot football player Aaron Hernandez. In 2014, he did an autopsy on Michael Brown Ferguson. In 2014, he also did a autopsy on the civil rights lawyer and politician Chokwe Lumumba, as well as African artist Ellis Ruley, who died in 1959. So interesting. And then 2019, he observed the autopsy on Jeffrey Epstein. He also chaired the federal committee investigating the deaths of JFK and Martin Luther King. He also did research into the investigation into Tsar Nicholas, John Belushi, President of Poland, Liz McPherson, Kathleen Savio, and Eric Garner. So he's busy guy.
Yeah.
He also has hosted the HBO hit series Autopsy. He's been a contributor for Fox News for forensic science. He's a frequent guest on Fox News. He is a death correspondent, and he does a late night satirical program on Fox called Red Eye. Boxing champ Floyd Mayweather, who's from Las Vegas, Nevada, competed between 1996 and 15, and made a comeback in 2001 fight comeback in 2017, who during his career won 15 major world titles, and including the ring in 5 weight classes, the lineal championship in 4 weight classes, and retired with an undefeated record. He's often referred to as the best defensive boxer in history. So it turns out that Mayweather is one of the most lucrative pay-per-view attractions of all time in any sport. So it's just a question, is this really about a man named George Floyd or some hidden agenda? Because look at the article we get in the Atlantic Black Star. Floyd Mayweather is paying for all 4 of George Floyd's funerals. And the article talks about the tragic death of George Floyd. And it talks about, interesting how the article is worded for me, because it says Floyd, a black man, died on May 25th after Derek Chauvin, who's white.
Yeah.
So Floyd's a black man, but Derek Chauvin is just white. We don't say he's a white man. It's just, why the disparity? Is this stoking racial division? I mean, we talk about one people one way and another people another way.
Yeah, that's the fake news media for you, isn't it? Atlanta Black Star, this was in. Okay.
So here's these 2 Floyds. Floyd Mayweather paying for the 4 funerals of George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
The funeral was held in his hometown of Houston, Texas on the 9th of June, complete with a white horse drawn, a white carriage that's horse drawn. Mm-hmm. And for those that knows Masonic symbols, look at the black and the white.
Yeah.
It's the play of evil and light, dark to light.
You just listened to the Blessed to Teach show. You're now empowered with the truth.